The first time I saw Bernie Sanders was 2015. I was a student at the University of Iowa in Iowa City. My girl and her parents were in town, so we go to Ride to get lunch. I get mac and cheese with anchovies because I always think I like anchovies until I actually try them. And we're talking politics, and I'm run Warren run at the time because I just wanted someone to hop in the race. And I still love Elizabeth Warren, but obviously she's no Bernie. And then our waiter, some bald-headed hero, comes over to us and he says, "Hey, just so y'all know, there's a Bernie Sanders rally going on at Kennedy Plaza later. Y'all should go check it out." It's like, oh, appreciate you. Because Bernie was vaguely on my radar. But I was like, oh, like, he's old, he's a socialist, he's a Jew, like, it's not going to happen. But still, we go to check it out. When we get there, Kennedy Plaza is like a parking lot by Gumby's, by Jimmy John's, whatever. Then it's like 200 people, sun coming down. Bernie's just there talking about the issues. He talks about single-payer healthcare, about getting money out of politics, about free college, about Native American sovereignty. The No DAPL Dakota Access Pipeline thing was going on where they're totally fucking up these protesters at Standing Rock. That was the whole thing. Then he starts talking about police violence against black people in Iowa. In Iowa. In the whitest state in the nation. In front of 200 white people. He starts talking about we need community policing, like we need reform, we need body cameras, we need to stop this shit from happening. This is crazy. We need to end the prison industrial complex. All of this shit in Iowa. And at that point I looked over at my girl and I said, this is amazing. They're gonna kill him. The second time I saw Bernie Sanders was 2016. It was cold. It might have been the end of 2015. I'm not sure. It was at the old gym. It was a long line of people. There was me, my girl, my homie, his girl, some other various assorted people we knew. We wait in line, we line up, we go in. It's thousands of people. The first people to open up, the Lucas Bros. And I'm watching their cartoon at the time, and I love them. I'm going crazy right off the bat. They're awkward, they do their thing, whatever, it's cool. Then Vampire Weekend. It's when the whole modern vampires thing was popping off. I was going crazy. I love Vampire Weekend. Then Dr. Cornel West coming out with some real hard-hitting progressive voices. And then, going crazy, Bernie comes out. Bernie delivers his thing, the same message, doesn't change for anyone. I'm going crazy. I probably shed a few thug tears. Like, one of the happiest moments. And then we saw what they did in Iowa. He loses by 0.2% of the vote. They're counties that are decided by coin flip that go predominantly to Hillary Clinton. There are a bunch of voting irregularities. There are a bunch of miscounts in different caucus sites. The Des Moines Register, who endorsed Hillary, comes out and says, hey, we need to audit this election. Like we can't let this happen. There's too many irregularities. Then it just keeps going. Massachusetts. Bill Clinton is in the polling places. Filmed, photographed, all the above. Telling people, pull the lever for Hillary. Nothing happens. The Massachusetts election board reminds Bill Clinton that he's not allowed to campaign within a polling place, but they don't do anything different. They don't change the results at all. He knew. You don't need to remind this man. He knew exactly what he was doing. Then in Arizona, they closed down a bunch of polling places in predominantly Bernie supporting areas to make people have to go way far out of their way to get to where they're going. Then in Wyoming, Bernie wins 56% of the vote, gets 7 delegates to Hillary's 14. And that includes superdelegates, but still. In New York City, they kick 100,000 people off the voter rolls in a closed primary so they couldn't vote. In Brooklyn alone. And then Vice drops an article about how 100,000 people can't vote in New York. Talking about felons who can't vote, which is an issue, but it's not the issue that we're talking about. Why did they do this? They did it because they know people are going to be looking up 100,000 people can't vote in Brooklyn, and they're going to get the Vice thing. Vice, you're traitors to the revolution, everybody knows it. In Illinois, there was a automatic audit of one of the counties. They found a complete voting flip on these shitty voting machines, the Diebold machines that we use. It's supposed to trigger an automatic recount in Illinois. Nothing ever happened. In California, they threw out over 1 million ballots. Why? Because they were soiled. Can't use soiled ballots. They were soiled with a vote for Bernie. Anyway, regardless, that happened. They stole it. We know. But now we have another chance. It's 4 years later. Bernie's polling at 20% in South Carolina. He's winning California. It's happening. It's happening. And they might kill him. This is America after all. And we need to be ready to burn this country to the fucking ground if that happens. And they need to know. They need to know the civil unrest that will happen, the economic consequences of taking that sort of action. Because if they're scared enough of that, they might just let a crazy old Jewish socialist become president of the United States. I would love that, and I know you would too.